This is my review of Tyler Perry's The Oval Season 3, Episode 13, titled Tragic Monologues. So if you haven't watched this episode yet, you may want to turn off the video. I'll be recapping all of the events that took place. Jason's bad day unfortunately did not get any better. He jumped from the White House roof after smoking a cigarette. And I didn't know he smoked cigarettes. A few episodes ago, he had a harmless vape pen. Where did he get cigarettes from? And the lighter. He landed on top of Bobby's SUV and Sam ran out to get him some help. He questioned Grip about how all of this could have happened, and Grip said that he didn't have any orders from the chief of staff to stop him from going on the roof. This leads me to references that I've made in the past of that control room that Sam is in quote-unquote control of. They have like 500,000 cameras and Secret Service agents all in the same room, but no one ever seems to know what's going on. Where's Captain Crunch? He usually seems to have a good eye for things that are going on those monitors. All of this commotion woke Kyle up to kick up some noise from inside the SUV so that someone could hear him. And Sam instructed Grip not to uncuff him because he has orders to send Kyle to the bunker inside the White House. Kyle didn't like this too well, and he growled at Sam as he walked away. Eli is on stage chatting with the press, making his big announcement, confirming that the president was responsible for the murder of a prostitute, and Hunter wanted to get him off the stage, but Bobby and Max escorted them off soon enough, and they all met up in the hallway to confront each other. Hunter told Max that he didn't mean anything by trying to kill him, and basically told him that his life didn't mean anything. He wanted them all to meet inside the Oval, and right before they turned to walk away, Sam ran in and he tried to tell them the news about Jason, and Hunter didn't want to hear it. He told Donald to get Sam under control. It takes a lot to deal with Hunter, right? He's telling Donald to get another man under control. Like he's the family pet. I'm gonna reserve my comments on that one. So nobody paid Sam any attention, so they walked right past him. So he tried to tell Victoria, and after he told her that Jason jumped from the roof, her response to him was, "What's your point?" I have to wonder why this woman even has children to begin with. She's absolutely heartless. Then Donald inquired with Sam about what happened, and he appeared to be genuine in his concern. Then he wanted to know where Kyle was, and Sam told him that he didn't know. And we'll see why he told him this a little bit later, even though he ordered Kyle to go to the bunker. They're all gathered inside the Oval, and Donald is yet again desperately trying to get the message to Hunter about what happened to Jason, and Donald told him, and I quote, "Shut the F up." Eli told Donald that he's moving forward to let everyone know that he's invoking the 25th Amendment. He said he has eyewitnesses and a bloody mattress top to help corroborate his story. And Bobby let Donald know that Lily is among the witnesses that they have. Right before the VP and Second Lady left the Oval, Victoria called her a lying ditch because Simone didn't give her their plans at their little lunch date. And Simone had her own words for Victoria and called her a lying, venomous, pestilential ditch. And she says she's looking forward to returning dignity to the White House, and there it is. I did a video on this scene alone, and I'll leave a link up above. If you haven't watched it, check it out. And I feel that this is just the beginning of the real reads between Simone and Victoria. The read was quick, it was needed, and it was effective, because after that, Victoria had the mute mouth. She shut her up for a moment, so she's off to a good start. But before that, Victoria did threaten to slap her though, and we've never seen Victoria slap anybody. All she does is run her mouth, make threats, and find ways to get rid of her children. She has nothing else to do. And if Eli wouldn't have pulled Simone away, they would have won a few more rounds, I'm sure. And on their way out, Donald asked Eli how his talk with Sam went because he came in to discuss them working together. And Simone quickly interjected with the fact that Sam knows their children, and then they left. And I really like how they're keeping Sam neutral in all of this. Classic dramatic irony at its finest right here, and I appreciate it. On a side note, you know what's interesting? I noticed that every time someone exits the Oval, that they have to squeeze between the chair and the end table. Do they have too much furniture on set? I'll have to email them to have the set designer to extract that little end table, or at least scoot the chair over about 3 to 4 inches. Donald and Victoria tried to convince Hunter that despite what the VP just told the world, that everything is just fine. It appeared that Victoria led Hunter to believe that everything was fine because Jason jumped off the roof, and we'll see why she wants him to find solace in this fact. This woman is certified crazy. Hunter left out to go and check on Jason, and Victoria instructed Donald to assemble the press corps, and Donald said that he's not going to do it because she should be on her way to the hospital. In the meantime, Max and Bobby are on their way to get Eli and Simone to the motorcade when they run into Sam. Sam gave Bobby the keys to his truck and let him know that Kyle is secure. Max still wants to get his hands on Kyle like yesterday, but Sam said that he'll handle Kyle. Priscilla made it over to Nancy's, and their conversation hadn't changed much from what it's always been in the past when it came to Victoria. Nancy suggested that Priscilla take some time off, but Priscilla doesn't want to give First Lady that satisfaction, so that's not going to happen. The scene ended with Priscilla leaving after she told Nancy that she just can't sit around the house all day and do nothing like she does. Even though she apologized to Nancy, Nancy took that comment to heart, but she said that she understood. Richard went in to talk to Sam. They discussed Sharon and how Donald is in on all the White House shenanigans. They also talked about Jason and his condition and his part in all of this. Sam said that they're lining up witnesses and needed Richard to talk to the vice president. And Richard said that he couldn't talk to the vice president because he knew too much because of all the years that he's been in the White House. Alonzo went back to Alan's place. Why? They have a lot going on in this episode, guys, so. And I don't know why he went back there, but he delivered the information about Jason jumping off the roof. Alan was mad and wanted to know why Alonzo came back to his place. They got into the conversation about Ellie and him not believing a word that Alan told him. Why is Alonzo even there? He's confusing, but then went on to tell Alan about the vice president's announcement. So maybe he's there to just keep Alan in the loop because, you know, he's been out of work because of Ellie. And then they had a few drinks. Kareem, Dale, and Sharon are at the pharmacy, and Dale and Sharon are hot on Kareem's heels because they're scared. They're scared that Kyle or someone else from the White House may come back to retaliate. Kareem wanted to know what was going on, and right when Dale convinced Sharon to tell him, Richard came to the door and wanted to talk to Sharon alone. He told her that Sam is looking into what happened to her, and while they're talking, we hear this car pull up in the background, and it's Barry. He told his dad and Sharon that he was in Denise's store right before she was murdered, and he thinks that Hunter is going to send someone back out for Sharon and wanted her to come home with him because Kareem can't protect her. Richard told Barry to stay out of it because there's a lot going on, a lot of moving pieces, and it's very dangerous. Victoria is in the Oval trying to conjure up fake tears for Jason when Donald walked in. Donald wanted to tell her how Jason was doing, but instead, she wanted to make sure that her face looked sad enough to face the press and give a performance of a lifetime. She laughed hysterically and said Jason must have had a Red Bull and thought he had wings. She went on and on and on about emotions being weird, and she found it hard to have empathy. She said that she needed the Wizard of Oz to work magic to make her able to cry about Jason. But she didn't say Jason. She called him a little MFer. This woman is unbelievable. And look at Donald. Donald, he's sitting there the entire time like this chick done lost all her marbles and then some. He told her that she needed help, a psychiatrist, a shrink, a psychoanalyst, a head doctor. He said that he was almost scared to let her know that the press was assembled. He wanted to know what she planned to say, but Victoria kept that part to herself. She said that Jason being in critical condition was funny to her, and she also said that she's been trying to get rid of him ever since he could talk. And if you download a free copy of Victoria's backstory that I wrote, you'll know exactly why she has such a gruesome disdain for Jason. The link to the free download is below. She said she's going to grab herself a drink and then she'll go out to talk to the press. Donald got up to leave and told her that he'd call the White House doctor for her on tomorrow. And Donald really seems to be concerned about Jason, but he couldn't have the same compassion for Max's son. Do y'all remember when he instructed Kyle to use his son to make him come out of hiding and to help his son leave Earth if he didn't? So I don't know if this is his character growth or just him picking and choosing which kid he's gonna have concern for. And in the end, he did return the kid to the grandmother, but still, you know, when you're dealing with threatening kids and, you know, using children, that's just bad all the way around. Lily almost knocked Bobby and Max's head off when they came in the door. Bobby should have never gave her that gun. She saw the news breaking from the White House and she wanted to know what they needed to do, and Max got offended. Then he told her that it's not about her. Lily said that she was tired of running and hiding, and she said that her torture is not going to end until he's dead, Donald and Kyle. Bobby then told her that Kyle is in a bunker at the White House, and Lily still wants his head on a platter. We then cut to Max on the phone with Sam, and Max wants Sam to bring Kyle somewhere and just leave him handcuffed so that he can beat him up again. Sam was like, you know I can't do that. Max is giving Sam designated locations, lockbox combinations, the whole nine. He said he'd be at the location in 1 hour, and then he left the hotel. And Sam never said that he'd do it, but something's telling me that Sam is about it, because when Donald asked him where Sam was, he told him that he didn't know. Sam slick don't care anything about what happens to Kyle at this point. Now, Bobby and Lily are all alone once again, and Lily just showered, got her legs all propped up, Henny in the glass, okay? Then they start the seductive music in the background. Shout out to Tyler Perry's music department, because they be on point with all the extra background music, right? Then Lily got up, and I just knew that she was gonna straddle him. I'm like, Lily, but instead of straddling this nice piece of chocolate, cowgirl style, she gonna get up and sit in his lap like he's Santa Claus. I'm done. I did a video on this scene also, and I actually redirected the scene. So if you didn't catch that video, I'll leave it linked above and also in the description. Girl, we gotta do better than this. And in our final scene, Vicious Victoria makes her way to the podium to tell her slighted truth about Jason and the killings to gain sympathy for her and Hunter. She told them that Jason loved to go shopping with her and became infatuated with Denise. She told them that when she came to the White House to deliver some dresses, Jason took advantage of her and that it ended with her being killed. And she also spoke about what happened to Jean. She told them that they weren't paying attention to Jason because they were busy trying to run the country, and she apologized, and then she fake passed out. And all the while she's up there talking, everyone is listening to the broadcast from their respective places as she's unraveling everything that Eli just built up. Now, we all know that Jason did kill Jean and he killed Denise, so the plot to take Hunter and Victoria down may not work at all. And we all know that Kyle took Diane out in the elevator. The fact that Jason is a minor, tried to kill himself, and now laying up in the suicide ward at St. Rhodes, this all fits. It all makes sense. And Eli has to come up with another plan because Victoria just outsmarted him. And let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Victoria's going to get away with this one? Leave me a note in the comments. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If you're an Oval fan, sub to this channel because I do video breakdowns like this all the time. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Ruthless TV, and I'll see you on the next one.